Crayola makes 120 different crayons. Terry Ludwig makes 740 pastels in their full set. Mission Gold has 126 different colors in their set. How many colors can we make today, and what are we going to make them out of? We're going to make them out of the 3 primary colors. We're going to take a red, yellow, and blue and make all the colors that we want and do a whole landscape painting with the colors we've created. And we're going to create all these colors using red, yellow, and blue. Out of Mission Gold's set of 126 colors, we're going to pick 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 yellow, and create all the colors we could possibly want to do our painting. Today we're going to use lemon yellow, quinacridone rose, and cerulean blue. So tell me in the comments below if you have a preference for which red or yellow or blue to use in the next video. And while you're down there, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and let's go ahead and get started on our painting. We're just wetting our circle down first. Okay. There's our warm yellow. Our quinacridone rose. And our blue. Okay, so now we're going to take these out so that they can meet with the other color. And I've contaminated my yellow. We can see that if we mix the yellow and the blue, we're getting a green. And as it comes closer to the blue, it's a deeper green. And as it gets closer to the yellow, it's a more yellow green. So now we can see how the colors blend and work together to create the secondary colors and the tertiary colors. So now let's go ahead and take our pigments, and we'll start with our yellow. There we go. We're going to add a very small amount of the blue so that we have a very pale green. Now we're going to take this and we're going to add just a little more blue and get yet a darker green. I think that's a little bit too much blue, so let's pull in some of the yellow from down here. There we go. Because we wanted to start transitioning into the blue-green world. I think our blue-green here could have a little bit more pigment in it. Let's try to give that another coat. There we go. Much better. Okay, so let's take our quinacridone red and do the same exercise. Okay. Well, that doesn't look much different. Let's add a little more yellow in here. Now we're going to do the same series using blue and adding small amounts of red to the blue. We're seeing the same transition here with the blues going into red as we did with the red into the yellow and the yellow into the blue. We can see all of the colors that we can create. Now with these three colors, we have everything. Okay, so we can see now from creating our color wheel and doing the transitions from each of our primary colors, our yellow to blue, red to yellow, and blue to red, we can see how all the colors are created. So now let's do a painting. A simple painting, we're not going to worry about composition or structure or where the light's coming from. We're just going to use these colors and have a good time with it. Okay, so let's lay out our drawing for our painting. And I'm going to be drawing this much darker than you would normally do, but I want you to be able to see the drawing. But when you do your own, remember to use a lighter touch with your drawing. We're going to add a lake into here so we can play with the turquoise colors. The purpose of today is not to paint a great painting, but to look at all the colors we can create, get the colors on paper, and see what all the different hues and variations that we do with just these 3 colors. So look at all the colors around us. Imagine that all of the colors we see come from these 3 colors. That's amazing. So let's get a lot of this blue pigment down here so we can play with it. And then we're going to add yellow and get a lot of it down here, and then we're going to mix the 2 together so we can see all the variant greens that we're going to create between our yellow and our blue. We're going to go ahead and add some red to our palette. And by mixing our red and yellow together, we're getting our oranges. Let's go ahead and dip into our blue and start laying in our sky. You will find that skies are normally darker at the top and then recede in color as it gets closer to the horizon. Just bringing our wet down and letting it fade out. Now we're going to add just a touch of our red into the blue to create a purple haze on our mountains. I should have let it dry a little further before I added that in. No problem, we'll just add some clouds, and once it dries, we'll tighten that up. Okay, and let's lay in this shadow. We're going to add a little bit of green. Haze this out a little bit because it is far away. And we're going to do the same thing here. We want to find a neutral color to mix in with all this. To make a neutral, we add all 3 colors together. Our red, our yellow, and our blue. And we need that. We need that to darken. We could go in and pull a sepia or a neutral tint, but we're only going to use the 3 colors, so let's create our own. Let's add some blue. Okay, so now you can see this color down here. We've got our neutral. Now we can use that for shading, for muting out colors. Let's let this dry. We want to create a nice orange for our bricks. Okay, that looks pretty good. Still a little dark, I think. Touch more yellow, and a touch more yellow. So now we have our orange for our brick. We need a very pale, something to make concrete. We'll come back over here. So you can see our neutral has a lot of purposes. Now I think the stone lead should have a touch more blue in it. Let's pull some of this blue up into here, because slate does have a blue hue. Okay, I think that's enough for our slate. Let's put in some additional color here just for texture. Let's add some darkness to this. And come back in and add some distinction between the mortar and the bricks. Let's have it curve out a little bit. Now it would be nice to darken up some of our brick color. So again, let's take some of our neutral tint that we've created and add it here. Slightly darker orange. Look at this. Oh, that's pretty good. So now let's add that in, just to add some texture to these bricks. Let's make a darker green so that we can do the foreground of this mountain on the right. That's a little closer, so we're going to have a little more definition. Okay, that's a nice deep olive green. Let's get a little bit of yellow in here. We're giving some texture to this tree line, to this mountainside, so that it doesn't look like a straight line. Okay, so let's grab a little bit more blue and add it into our green so we get a deeper, more vibrant green. There we go. You can see by just touching blue into this, we're getting a variety of color. Okay. Let's leave this for now because this is not supposed to be a perfect painting, and sometimes I get lost in the fact that I'm trying to paint a perfect painting. We're not doing that. We're learning the colors. We're seeing how to create multiple colors using only our 3. So let's now use some of this turquoise to lay in the lake. Okay, that looks like a nice lakey color, this turquoise we've got going here. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, okay. And let's add some deeper colors. So let's pretend that our mountain is being reflected. And we're going to dry our brush off and lift some of the paint out so that our lake has some texture in it. Let's add in some more peachy colors. Let's add some more red here, make it a little more peachy. To make it a little more natural looking. And we'll carry this on around the lake so that it all ties together. Let's add a little of this, a little of this. To our tree line. So now let's create some more greens so we can do our yard. And this field that takes us back. So let's go back in here. Do in this area behind the trees. Let's go ahead and use some of the browns that we've created. Let's add in these trees. We have a few branches peeking through. Let's add some of our neutral color into our pathway. This tree could use a little bit of orange in it. Let's say an orangey brown. So let's do that. And before we call this done, I guess we could add a little more green to the hedgerow. Give that a little more character. We'll go ahead and paint the chair, and then we will call this painting done. So not only did we create the colors, we created our own neutral tints and browns in order to mute and enhance and create shadows. I think you have an idea of how you can create all these different greens and blues and purples with just these three colors. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please subscribe, ring the bell, and thank you for watching my video. See you soon.